So guys, let's react to this clip.
So I'm gonna break it down for you. All right. And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, if you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. Ooh. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. Ooh. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired. Ooh. Because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try
you're going to go to jail tired. I love that.
Try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave.
That's right.
In our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you
That's made me laugh because it's hilarious. But it makes sense. You can't get surrounded. Like it's nowhere in my mind or in anyone, I'm pretty sure, that has common sense where you can feel safe for 5 minutes if you're getting surrounded by a mob. Like if you get 5 people, I think I have a hair in my mouth. 5 people like around your car, you don't know what they're up to. And even though it's like a peaceful protest, which they usually are never that peaceful, you don't know if they'll just take you out of the car and beat the shit out of you or whatever. And it's not only you in the car. You could have a be there with your wife, girlfriend, whatever, and even kids. This is something that you should never do. Why are they surrounding your car? You're not even part of the protest.
You spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail.
If you wanted to distill down what are my positions on this dude is reading them out like a checklist.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail.
Oh.
And most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here.
All right, Donald Trump. I love how everything ends up with you being in jail, by the way. Just pay attention to that. Everything is, you're going to go to the hospital. Jail.
Big, beautiful dogs. Wow.
If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at.
It is what it is. Yep.
Throw a brick, firebomb, point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains.
Oh my God.
Because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
Kill you graveyard dead.
I've never even heard that. What the hell is, well, I can't imagine what graveyard dead is, but Jesus Christ, I've never heard that.
Has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs.
And I bet Florida's recruitment for police officers is probably doing better than LA.
Yeah, it's supposedly what California has 35 million people. Well, not 35, 39.13. I'll say like rounding down to 39. And Florida has what, close to 23, because they turn 22.63, rounding up. New officers per million residents, but this is 2023, so is approximately what, 9? I mean, Jesus Christ, my numbers, 90 only. And here from 2022 to 2025, roughly around 327. That's what, like 4 times almost? Yeah, because what, 27 like times 3 is 27, times 4 is 36, so almost 4 times. And then here, violent crime per 100,000 residents, you have what, 503 for Cali, 259 for Florida. Now, they're not the same year, so I'm not sure it's a big difference. But here in Florida, usually you don't really see that much crime. Not that I'm aware of, at least not in my area. I could tell you, I don't live in like a high class area either. I live in a decent area. But I can imagine, because California is very, very like, they don't really have the laws over there. They really promote like stupid shit.
LA's recruitment for police officers. I've got a feeling, right? I don't know. It's skyrocketing, dude.
Doing their jobs, and you're seeing obstructionists standing in the way of law and order.
Dude, and you know what I bet? I bet they don't have a lot of these problems over in Florida. I got a feeling that maybe this doesn't happen a whole lot over there, right?
And most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here.
It doesn't happen. Big, beautiful dogs here. It doesn't really happen here like that. I've never heard of. Well, I don't really watch the news that often, so I can't really say. But my mom does. She's this whole thing that's been happening with the protests. She always comes to me and tries to talk to me about it. And then usually she watches like Telemundo and Univision. And I tell her like, be mindful that you gotta be careful with the media, because they, especially at Telemundo and Univision, they're like basically bombed by Democrats. But it's mainstream media, but the Spanish version. But it's this. All of this is what should like all states should be doing for their officers. You can't have the civilians just mistreat police officers like nothing. I don't understand where this became the new theme where we gotta mistreat officers. I honestly, and it doesn't matter your reasoning. Now, are there bad police officers? Yes, they are. But not all police officers are bad. Because what happens is if there's a crime happening and you need the officers and there's no officers, you're on your own. A lot of people don't, and a lot of states regulate like guns like crazy. And even if you have a gun, not everyone is a really scary situation. Even if you're a gun owner, things could go south for you too. So you have to be, make sure you know how to aim properly. So you gotta take all the classes. Make sure you going out and doing the shooting so you could shoot targets. Is what I mean. Shoot targets, practice shooting, so that way you get better at it. But even with all that and even all the knowledge and stuff, what happens is, and you gotta keep your gun clean and stuff like that. What happens in a situation where your mental capacity at that moment, it's not the same as you shooting a target as you have to shoot a real life person that's breaking into your home. You could choke in a sense, like you just freeze and don't know how to react. You have a gun. Let's say that person breaking in doesn't have a gun. They take it, and then you're at their mercy, or you could get shot by your own gun. You could shoot, misfire, hit someone in your own family. Like there's a lot of stuff that can happen when you a gun owner, which is you can feel safe in a sense when you're a gun owner, but there's ways that it could go bad too, because everyone is different. It's easy to go and say like, oh yeah, no, someone breaks in, I'll shoot them, and then when reality comes, it might not go your way. And what happens is, or you're bad aim and they're better, who knows? But the point is, like, the officers are more, they're trained more, and they do deal with this more. So, and plus, when you call the police, not only one officer comes, it's multiple people. So you have different officers, and maybe if one messes up, the other one could correct their mistakes. And that's what that's the point of officers. They really are there to protect. Now, I understand that, again, there's some that are not that good. There's some bad officers out there, and I understand that. But you can't just bunch up all the officers together that they're all bad. And a lot of these states are doing that. And it's just insane. And they want to be focusing like, oh, these officers are focusing on minorities. That's not true. That's not true. I'm a minority. I'm Latino. And I've been pulled over multiple times. Nothing ever happened. One officer was screaming at me. That's it. And it was funny because it was a black officer. It wasn't even a white guy. So, but he was just screaming at me because I'm retarded too. So I was driving where I didn't have to drive. I didn't even know, and he probably thought I was an idiot, which he was right. I was like 19, 18. I was pretty stupid at that age. The point is that what I'm trying to make is that it's pretty fucked up that they keep making officers be like not even human. Like it's like they dehumanize them. Like a lot of people, like the media, for example, in some of these states. So then in California, you have it where people are literally throwing bricks at the officers. They're spitting at them. They're hitting them. I didn't know about the firebomb. That's insane. Or pointing guns at them. Like you can't do that. Like it's common sense. If you throw a brick, like you could kill someone with a brick. If you throw a brick and hit them in the head, you could kill them. Or leave them like a vegetable or some bad shit like that. Which is bad. Like these officers all have families too. You know what it is that you go to work, you kiss your kids goodbye, your wife, you go to work and you don't return. And you didn't even go for milk. You just decide to go to work. And you didn't return. Or you get hit by a brick or a firebomb, you get all fucked up, and then your family has to take care of you. And you can't even work. It's pretty fucked up. You already fucking not only fucked them up financially, I'm pretty sure they probably get like a pension or shit, but still, you fuck them up financially, emotionally, you fuck up their Christmas, you fuck up their next birthdays. Like people don't think these things. And then when you have all these protests, which I honestly do not agree with these protests, in a sense, like I agree that you could go out and protest, that's fine, like as long as peaceful. But I don't agree that it has to turn into like a riot and people have to be looting and breaking shit. Like what the fuck is going on? Oh, it's just property. It shouldn't matter. No, it does matter. Like we all work hard for our property. If you make a business and you have a business, why should I go over there and break your shit? You invested your money into that. If I have a car outside that I buy, why the hell are you gonna come and break my shit? I invested money and it's my time. I have to work to have that car out there. You don't know why I have the car. If I have it for luxury, that's not your problem. If I have it because I need it for all the kids that I have, like it's not your problem. You respect my shit. I respect your shit. That's how it's supposed to be. So I don't know where it is that we're losing the plot. Like right now, it's like we're losing the plot for everything. And the whole thing with the mob surrounding the cars, I really feel like, because I see a lot of videos about that, I feel like what he said is perfect. Like just run them over. Because the thing is that you don't want to be in a position where, let's say you have a bumper, and this could happen to someone that is Democrat or someone that is Republican. It doesn't matter. It could even happen to someone that might be in the middle that doesn't care about either, but maybe this time decide to put a sticker of whatever. You put a sticker, let's say a Trump sticker, or a Biden sticker, or a sticker. Let's say I've seen people that still have some Biden sticker, and you go ahead and you start driving into this protest that's very peaceful, and you get surrounded. They see the sticker and they start punching your car, or kicking it, or keying, or whatever. Like you don't deserve that. Why are you gonna go ahead and allow someone to do that? A group of people. First of all, you obviously gonna be fearing for your life because you have a bunch of people. You're not gonna be able to fight all those people. You're not gonna be like, you're not Goku. I'm not Goku. Let's cut the crap. So, and then you can't just go and start shooting people either, because then you go to jail. So the best thing you could do is just run them over and keep going. Like you shouldn't be in the street. You should not be blocking no intersection. You should not be blocking the street. You should not be blocking a highway. None of that. At least you protest. Someone's gonna come through. Everyone scatters. Let the person get through and then get back. Or get a permit. I'm pretty sure you could get a permit to block a whole street or something like that. But don't just throw yourself into the street and then start blocking people and harassing people, which is stuff that they do. And that's very disrespectful. It's scary because you could, if people need to go, let's say, for example, there's been cases like they need to go to somewhere because they have an emergency and you're blocking the street, then you already fucked someone over. So it's so much, and there's so much. Like I could sit here and try to like think about each little list of stuff that is bad for like these mobs to do, and I just don't understand it. And I don't agree. Like I'll be honest, I don't agree. And this is just more of a personal. This is branching away from this video because this video isn't really about that part. But I don't agree with how all these protesters are flying the flags of all the other countries. Look, I'm Latino, right? My parents came from Cuba. I'm born here, but obviously I'm Latino. And I don't fly the Cuban flag because my flag is the American flag. I was born and raised in the United States. I am happy to be in this country. Cuba sucks dick. Now, is it fair that the people that are being taken by ICE, that they go to the people's school, work, and stuff like that, and seems to be a little aggressive? Maybe. I haven't seen all the videos to really go ahead and be like, oh yeah, they're really fucking up and stuff like that. So that's why I can't really comment 100%. But I'll say this: if they are being very aggressive to these people, and the people that they're going after are passive, and they're like following order, like if they tell them get on the ground, they do get on the ground, and they still are aggressive to them, then yes, they're doing it wrong, right? They shouldn't become so aggressive either. If you're not trying to escape or anything, you should, why are you being aggressive? But if you are trying to escape, or you're trying to dodge them or whatever, or lie to them, and they get aggressive because they already know that you show your paper. Like if a cop comes to me and they're like, can you show me your license, right? Or ID or whatever, I show it to them. Why the hell am I gonna do it? And I see a lot of videos that people are like, no, we don't have to, and then they make a whole big altercation scene. I'll just show it. It's like, why? I don't have nothing to hide. Like, I know I have my shit in check. Like, everything is good. What am I hiding? Like, I'll show my paper. That's it. If I feel like they did something wrong, that they're trying to accuse me of something wrong, I lawyer up, and then I take them to court. That's the best way to do it. Lawyer up, take them to court. And then in court, you go ahead and be like, look, this person did this, this, and this. And the lawyer will do, his job or her job and get you money, and that officer may be fired. Because when someone loses money, any company loses money, that person gets fired. That's a smart way to do it. But if you're in the moment and then you start getting aggressive, and then a cop gets aggressive, and then most likely you're gonna get your ass whooped and in jail for no reason, even if you're right. You gotta pick and choose your battles. In these cases, with the whole flag stuff and the protester, is like, if you're protesting that ICE is doing something wrong, first of all, get all the real information before you go protest something stupid. And why I'm saying it's something stupid is because, like, I don't feel like it's wrong for illegal immigrants to be taken out of this country. We are struggling. Regular people are struggling. Our veterans are in the street. Like, none of that should be happening. And then at the same time, we have illegal immigrants that we are basically paying for, like, their hotels, or we're paying for their Medicaid and shit like that. Like, that should never happen. Like, if you can't take care of your own people, how are you gonna take care of other people? And I don't understand. It seems like people are retarded because they don't think of it like this. You have a home. You're the only one working. You have 2 kids and your wife. Just an example, right? Then you get 3 different kids that just broke into your house because their family are abusive. And they just break into your house and they just start eating your food. There's going to come a point that you're making X amount and it's good for for your 2 kids and wife. You have 3 more kids, they're eating all this stuff. Now you got to, get more and more, and you're not producing more. You're still making the same salary, but you're spending more to keep these 3 kids in your house. Eventually, what's going to happen is that you guys are all going to struggle. What you should be doing is getting those kids out of your house. How you get them out? You call the police. They get child services and they get out. They shouldn't be in your house, especially breaking into your house. They're kids, right? But regardless, they shouldn't be doing that. So, and it's just basic stuff. It doesn't have to be 3 kids. It could be, I don't know, three people that ran away from, I don't know, a town that doesn't like them or something, and they break into your house. They're not bad people, but they broke into your house, which is basically a crime. So technically, they're criminals. They're not like hardcore criminals, but they shouldn't be breaking into your house, and they know this, right? It's not like no one knows that they can't break into people's houses. And the same thing with the country. It's not like no one knows they cannot come here illegally. This shit been going on for many years, right? So that's how I see it. And then when you see these riots and protests, and people are flying the Mexican flag, I saw even the Cuban flag, which I found offended. I felt offended because I'm Cuban. I saw Puerto Rican flag, got a little offended because my girlfriend's Puerto Rican, and I'm like, look at these dumbasses. Like, don't do that. Fly the American flag. If you really if you want to stay in this country, you fly the American flag. You don't spit on the flag. You don't burn the flag. You don't step on the flag. You fly our flag. You want to be an American? That's why you want to stay here. You fly the American flag. But you cannot come to this country and want to make this country basically assimilate to your beliefs. No, you're supposed to assimilate to this country. Anyway, I went off a little longer than I should because I got a little passive. I should have made a different video, but I'm gonna leave it here with this video. Fuck it, I don't care. But regardless, nice clip. I'm gonna put the link to Assman's video so you could go watch his clip on his channel. Give him a like and subscribe and shit like that. I'm pretty sure some people not gonna like it. I know this is more like this. This is why I have this channel, which is like more like controversial. Like, I'm reacting to stuff that obviously some people may not like, and people are gonna attack me as usual. I get a lot of people. Well, not a lot because I don't have like that many videos yet, but I get the little few videos that people get mad at me. It doesn't matter. Like, in the end of the day, what I'm saying for the most part is true, and what and what a lot of these people say is true, and a lot of people online just get upset because they want, like, I don't know. It's like I feel like people have just gone insane on the internet, but then if you talk to regular people, they have like the same belief. Like my mom, and I'll leave it here. My mom is Cuban. She was born in Cuba, and she's been here for like I don't know, like 40 years, 50 years. Some she came in the '80s, so it's like what 2025. So like yeah, 45 years. So her herself, she always says, and I always tell her you should become a citizen because right now she's like, no, like I never became a citizen, so like I gotta make sure I keep my papers on me and stuff like that because I don't want them to deport me. Even though my mom doesn't look Latina like that because she's like blonde, white, and green eyes. But she goes like, just in case I don't need them, but while they figure out if I'm American, like I'm legal or not, they just throw me into the fucking ice and just take me away. And I start laughing, and I go like, you imagine you end up in Cuba, then me and my sister, we have to try to claim you to get you back, and we start making jokes about that. But she's like, she's aware, and she's like, I fucked up. I should have become a citizen. I fucked up. I didn't learn good English when I had a chance, because she came here like as a kid. She was like 8, 10 years old. She's like, I did fuck up, and if I would have, I would have voted for Trump because I'm like, she's okay with what they're like. She's not okay. She's agreeing that you cannot have that many illegal immigrants. And the same way with the protest, she does not agree that they are abusing the cops, and besides that, flying other people's flag, other countries' flag. Because even she told me, why the hell are they flying their flags? If you love those flags so much, go to those countries. And it's a person that migrated to this country, right? And she's more Latina in the sense that she has more of the Latino culture or Cuban culture than I do, because even though she came young, she did everything that all the Latino do. I was born here. I'm more Americanized than her. A lot of time I'm more gringo than she is. But in the end of the day, is what I'm saying. Like anyone with some common sense knows that you cannot abuse the police because they're the one who protects. You can't be flying flags that are not from the country you're leaving because you don't like this country, because those country sucks, and you come here and you fly them flags. What the fuck? You know, and you just can't have a bunch of illegal people in a country. It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, I feel like I'm rambling. Sorry. I gotta get better at these videos like this. I usually don't make content like this, but live and learn, right? Peace out, guys.